What's up, everyone? Welcome to the September 20th edition of FanDuel Tournament Plays presented by Prize Picks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, be sure to click the link below to claim up to a $100 first match deposit bonus with Prize Picks. We have an 11-game MLB slate tonight. And as usual, we're going to take a look at 3 of the top tournament stacks and 3 of the top tournament pitchers using the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool for FanDuel large field tournaments. Starting with the top stacks, number 3, the Minnesota Twins taking on Zach Greinke tonight in Kansas City. Typically not an appealing park to take hitters in, but it is supposed to be hot in Kansas City tonight, so the park should play a little bit smaller. Greinke has only struck out 13.1% of hitters this year with a 4.54 xFIP. The Twins active roster has a 109 WRC plus and 144 ISO. They're projected for 8% ownership with an 8% chance of being the top scoring stack and a 14% chance of being the top value stack. Number 2, the Colorado Rockies hosting the San Francisco Giants. It is a bullpen game for the Giants, which is typically not very appealing, but you're still getting a Colorado team at 6% ownership in Coors Field with a 13% chance of being the top scoring stack and a 10% chance of being the top value stack. The Rockies active roster has a 105 WRC plus and 198 ISO at home this season. And number 1, the San Francisco Giants taking on Kyle Freeland tonight in Colorado. The Giants are projected for 17% ownership with a 17% chance of being the top scoring stack and a 17% chance of being the top value stack. Freeland has struck out 16.8% of hitters with a 4.49 xFIP so far this season. Do keep in mind that the Giants have plenty of pinch hit risk in their lineup, so be cautious with guys like Austin Slater that are likely to be pinch hit for once they get into the bullpen. But overall, those guys are also cheap and still in a really good spot against Freeland for at least a couple of at-bats. Now, before we move on to the top 3 tournament pitchers, we do have a new promo code for viewers of these videos. That promo code is AdamMLB. You can find it at the top of the screen. Use it and get 50% off Stokastic Plus weekly. This offer is available for new users only, but if you haven't already signed up for Stokastic Plus, take advantage. You'll get access to behind the paywall data, including the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool that I reference in these videos. So again, that's promo code AdamMLB. Use it and get 50% off Stokastic Plus weekly. Now, taking a look at the top 3 tournament pitchers. Number 3, Patrick Sandoval taking on the Texas Rangers tonight in Texas. Sandoval is projected for 7% ownership with an 8% chance of being the top scoring pitcher and a 4% chance of being the top value pitcher. He has struck out 23.6% of hitters with a 3.67 xFIP so far this season. The Rangers active roster has a 108 WRC plus and 22.7% strikeout percentage. Sandoval costs just $9,000 tonight on FanDuel. Number 2, Dylan Cease projected for 3% ownership with a 10% chance of being the top scoring pitcher and a 2% chance of being the top value pitcher at $10,600, taking on the Cleveland Guardians. It is a difficult matchup as the Guardians active roster has only struck out 16.3% of their at-bats this season, but Cease leads the slate with a 31.8% strikeout percentage, and he's not getting much ownership. So in lineups where salary doesn't matter as much because you're stacking cheaper teams, getting up to Cease to save some ownership on the best strikeout pitcher on the slate makes a lot of sense. And number 1, Charlie Morton, projected for 26% ownership with an 11% chance of being the top scoring pitcher and a 5% chance of being the top value pitcher. He is $9,200 hosting the Nats. The Nationals have a 23% strikeout percentage and 91 WRC plus on their active roster. Morton has the second highest strikeout percentage on the slate at 28.3% with a 3.59 xFIP. And while he is projected to go a little bit over-owned, him and Luis Castillo stand out as the 2 best combinations of value and upside on this slate. Castillo projected for 41% ownership compared to Morton's 26%, while Castillo is 12% to be the top scoring pitcher compared to Morton's 11%. So between those two, Morton looks like the better tournament option. So to recap, the top 3 tournament stacks: number 3, the Minnesota Twins; number 2, the Colorado Rockies; number 1, the San Francisco Giants; and the top 3 tournament pitchers: number 3, Patrick Sandoval; number 2, Dylan Cease; and number 1, Charlie Morton.